Welcome back, everybody, to the technically, I guess, Halloween special of Dandelion. Is it coming out on Halloween or is Halloween? Halloween's on Monday, right? Yeah, this one's coming out on Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody. Um, the scariest thing of all, domestic abuse. All right, let's get into it. It's loading. It's not responding. Okay. It broke. Also scary, I guess. Oh, error has occurred. Sending retrieved data. Would you like to load the script again? Yeah, of course. Well, I'm looking into it. Some people also had this problem years ago. Um, they say it's a server problem, which doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, why would the servers be down? No one's playing this game this 2022 year. So, there's only one thing I can think of to do. This wasn't scripted, by the way, but there's only one thing I can think of to do on Halloween. So, I guess we strap in, huh? That's right. Welcome back to Steins Gate. It is a Halloween special because Dandelion wasn't working. It's been a couple days because I had to get back to where I was. If you're new to the channel, which you probably are, uh, there is a Steins Gate playlist, which I believe is missing episode 2 or 3 for some reason, but they're all there. Um, yeah, right? Crazy. Actually, it was probably in the title, so you're probably not too surprised. But because Dandelion wasn't working, I got myself back to where I was in Steins Gate. But have no fear, I just checked Dandelion and it's back. But instead of playing that, I'm playing Steins Gate because it took me so long to get here that I figured I would do it anyway. So, suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like, okay, so in case you don't remember and you probably just came back from the last episode because nobody was watching, or maybe they were, I don't remember, or you already know the series. Anyway, it's like his earlier lethargy was a lie. Yeah, we're dealing with some stuff. Deal. Get started. I don't know who's talking. Let's do this. For your payment, I'll deposit a week's supply of potato chips in your Swiss bank account. Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep. It's all yours. I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. The song is so good. Ferris. Kyoma. When operating in the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet, yeah? You don't want them to notice you. Remember, the summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. Although I suppose that might make things interesting. Yeah. So, also, I should mention, let me reply to this first. Akiba, part of the mundane world? Nonsense. This world belongs to chaos for centuries. Discreet? Are you suggesting that I, the great Kyoma, run and hide? You risk my ire, cat girl. 2000. Is the church still devoted to that fool's errand? If they manage to resurrect their messiah, humanity's faith is less than 17% of what it was at this time. It is his time. Mankind doesn't need credit. It's not even letting me scroll down. I like mundane world. Let's do that. Okay, so the only thing that's actually really different, for whatever reason, I didn't do anything different. I was following my playthrough to know exactly, in case these decisions actually change the ending or anything. Some of them didn't show up, like this Ferris one, I think, didn't, or Lukako, in our old playthrough, it let us reply, and I, answered the email at the same time, so that wasn't the problem, but it didn't let me reply here. But then there was another person, I think it was Mayuri, who we weren't able to reply to in the other playthrough. We were able to this time, so I don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. And just to keep you up to speed in case you didn't watch the update video like a year ago, I stopped playing Steins Gate to focus on Kadowa Shoujo because I just wanted to beat Kadowa Shoujo and I got really busy that time of year. So that's the lore. Also, it's very dark because it's Halloween and it's scary. Okay, I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. Daru is exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in the exact same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but I can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand up, stretch, and I don't want to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. Oh, he's dead. Something's up. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and quench my thirst. Then I throw myself back onto the sofa and start browsing @channel on my phone. And what perfect timing, Titter is currently posting in the thread. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up to learn more. It seems you're all still clinging to preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from the past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. If the result of an event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence, divergence being the world line's percent difference from the standard. Die, troll, you claim to be a time traveler without any proof. Stock trends, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler. If you can't observe... Curry, go on, come on, man. If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how could you possibly measure it? Oh, I know. Your time machine has a magical device that measures it for you. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and you still haven't explained a research institution that conquers the world. I died doing that voice, holy. Details blocks. Oh no, humanity is doomed. What the science has done? That JPEG? Little noobs responding seriously to troll thread. This Titter guy's a shitty troll. Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? How about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, a time machine and traveling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I say Titter's points have merit. By the way, Titter, I'd like to know more about CERN. What can you tell us about their current activities? Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup, and I'll bet my entire life savings. Everett Wheeler model equals many worlds interpretation. Basically, that means parallel worlds. What's with all the stupid name tags? This Hyuyin Kyoma is more annoying than Titter. He just said, yeah, let's agree with the guy. I mean, I know he said some other stuff before, but... You call yourself John Titter, but you're fluent in Japanese. Writing in English would at least make it seem more realistic. Huh? You don't do English, can you? Can I ask you a favor, Titter-san? My mom died last year in the Shibuya earthquake. If I could stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death. So please lend me your time machine. Damn. You're gonna believe this time traveler? Well, without proof. Are you an idiot? No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. We did. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply can't accept the truth. I'm starting to understand why CERN was able to take over so easily. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line. Call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say @channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on @channel will disappear, to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you change the past. I wrote about CERN yesterday. The only thing I could say is that you must not believe their lies. Huh. They have already succeeded in creating micro black holes. Are we CERN? We've done some stuff in this lab. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike you close-minded fools, I will reserve this judgment until after I've heard what Titter has to say. This isn't us, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. And then I will make contact with Titter and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist, Hyuyin Kyoma, will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleaze bags. Company stock prices are fucking die. I won't believe it until you tell me. That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter memories at nearly 6.7 billion people? You even realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went and screwed with my brain. And what does that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research. Micro black holes. Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means I could be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'm gonna go get my mohawk. Anyone know where I could buy spiked shoulder pads? I checked CERN's homepage. It says that they've been experimenting since 2009, and it's right now 2010, so only a year. Can they really make black holes? What the hell's gonna happen? Does Titter have a mohawk? God, that's fucking moe. Are you implying our brains make the world? Are you saying that the universe is a giant tree and we're branches or something? That's some EVA level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036. John Titter says nothing, I guess. Oh, is this all his message? Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of the timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying that they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They are reconstructed along with everything else when the divergence changes. What's a road warrior? Anyone home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. I love her. The door opens and a girl peeks inside. I recognize her. It's the girl I met yesterday at the Brawn Tube Workshop. Hi, I'm from the Brawn Tube Workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you sent in for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? The music in this game is so good. Daru's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It would be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. She just walked all the way into our apartment. Why do we have to be so sneaky? What was the girl's name again? I think it was something like Aruma or Amore. Oh, right, Amane Suzuha. Currently, my genius partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him. What exactly do you guys do? I told you before that learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger. You're called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How did you know that? I didn't even know that. Are you an organization spy? I raise my guard and spring into a praying mantis stance. But Suzuha just stares blankly. That's what it said on your mailbox. Oh. I lower my guard. Why didn't she just say so? Now that you know, it's not like you can unknow. I'll give you the short explanation, but you must not tell a soul. Suzuha nods firmly. Is it just me, or are her eyes gleaming? We are the Future Gadget Laboratory, dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows. Wow. Is the evil organization CERN? What? Yeah, but... Oh, so I was right? Those guys really are a contemptible lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible. I thought I was the only one who uses words like that in normal conversation. How did you know we were hacking into CERN? What? You're hacking them right now? Me and my big mouth. Just answer my question. How did you know about our business with CERN? Well, actually, I overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window. Come to think of it, it was open and Daru and I were talking loudly. But you can really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Daru's working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the Brawn Tube Workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame is all sparkly, its tires mostly clean, and it's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it? Maybe the girl you're talking to, dumbass. I've only been working here for a day, but Suzuha opens the Braun Tube workshop door with a wry smile. I've gotten a lot more free time than I expected. I got out 4 or 5 times today. Figured I'd reconsider the front of the store. Reconnoitre? I don't know what that word is. I'm sorry. The front of the store. See if I couldn't spot any customers. Is that like recon? That's reconnaissance. Reconnoitre? Yeah, that is a word you don't hear in casual conversation. That's what I'm saying. Pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance. That's what I thought. To scout an area to gather intelligence. Is she some kind of secret agent? I follow Suzuha into the store. So, that's when I heard you guys talking from the 2nd floor. I got interested and looked it up online. Now I know all the rumors about CERN. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. Or you need to hire this bitch. She's got a lot of time on her hands and she is very good. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Anyway, you must not tell anyone else, or Men in Black will raid us. Ah, yeah, I understand. I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Suzuha grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Braun Tube workshop. That gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Braun's not here, either. Man hired her for a day and just left her? That sucks. Where's the manager? He left right after he finished repairing your TV. He probably went to see the chipmunk. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking my beloved daughter up from school, or my beloved daughter has a cold, with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much. It probably just annoys her. Anyway, just how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your own daughter? Yeah, it's almost like he wants to be happy in his life. He used to put on a back soon sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Suzuha to take care of things while he's gone. So, here's the fixed TV. Suzuha lightly taps on the television on the counter. He said to charge 1,000 yen. Damn, manager. I bet he gave it to us so that he could charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Suzuha. It's only like 10 bucks. She takes out a receipt. Apparently it was already written out. Thanks for your patronage. Well, just take it away. By myself? Are you joking? Huh? Didn't you bring it here by yourself? Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman. I guess I can help, but... Oh, I see. So we're already in the age where women do physical labor. Already in the age. That's some time traveler speak. To say we're already in the age of women doing physical labor. She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her. We got mail from Lukako. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some. Got their seal of approval. God, they're just still talking down here. Would it be okay if I baked some for your lab friends, Master? Oh, and it would be great if you could teach me some more techniques with your semidare whenever you have time. P.S. I managed 10 practice swings today. Well done. We warmly welcome your refreshments. In fact, you can come cook for us every day you want. I'll even provide you with a maid uniform. My family. You sure get along with your family. How many family members do you have anyway? Daro keeps insisting that Shrine Maiden should come in pairs. Time. You mustn't depend on me. Remember, all things come to an end. Every meeting heralds a parting. I can't hide from the organization forever. The devil seal. It's not letting me scroll. I like the cookies. We can even give them a maid uniform. I don't remember asking for your help. Honestly, getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride. Wow. Applause. That was so manly. I might be falling for you. Huh. You think you can just trick me like that? You're lying, aren't you? Huh? What makes you think that? It's one of my powers. Coloring gentlemen. This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die. You have powers? Suzuha's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise. Are you some kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear. Are there a lot of espers like you? Of course not. I am special. I thrust my chest out as far to display my majesty. Oh, you had me scared for a second there. But still, it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe CERN is the reason why there aren't more where I come from. After muttering some nonsense to herself. You had me scared for a second there, but it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe CERN is the reason there aren't more where I come from. She's totally from the future, bro. Or the past. She's definitely not from this time. After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nods in understanding. By the way, does that ability See Through Lies have any combat application at all? If it were me, I'd want a perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters, or ultra-fast reflexes that let me tear my enemy's limbs off before they can react. What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? No, wait, don't tell me. You're an organization assassin, aren't you? You must be the one they call Miss Golgo. Who hired you? Nobody hired me. What's a Golgo? She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. That reminds me. I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday. Also, she literally stopped time. I don't know if you remember that. She stopped time. Anyway, do you have any other powers? Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell a hitman hired to kill me. I'm not gonna kill you. Revealing my powers would be suicide. They're most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, they're for me to know and for you to find out. Meanie. Say what you like. Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet. Invisible sparks scatter. Shining finger again. Okabe-gu. I want you to reply to me already. I've been waiting, you know. And please tell me the Super Hacker's address when you can. If we don't get cracking, someone else will get to the IBN 5100 first. Moika. He just doesn't reply to her. It's so sad. Okay. And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. The ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon Shining Finger. So this is something I figured out. I don't remember if I did this in the other playthrough, but I've been opening the email like as soon as it's been happening. And there's like these little extra little text boxes that happen if you open them up. Specifically with Shining Finger. But yeah, if you open them up right when they come, he does this little like thing. I can tell without even checking. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities. Maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. It looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it? Why the frown? Did you get a death notice? A what? Just wondering. She was just wondering if I got a death notice? How could she say that with a straight face? And what the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist? What I meant to ask is if you got any unpleasant news. You could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her. There's this woman who's obsessed with finding the IBN 5100. Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak. An IBN 5100? You know about them? For a small little tale that everyone's surprised that everybody knows about, everybody seems to know about it. Yeah. I see. So the IBN 5100 legend is famous, huh? Maybe that retro PC is more popular with the female otaku than I thought. Yeah, that's it. I heard the urban legend from someone. How much do you know about it? I actually tried looking for an IBN 5100, but in the end, I came to the conclusion that there isn't one in Akiba. I see. Well, that's true. You sound like you know something. Huh? Well, I do and I don't, I guess. I don't know about it personally, but I happened to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine, or something like that. Another insincere smile. It's just a cat face. I'm starting to think that she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Who are you? Suzuha falls back down onto the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position. I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting information on the IBM 5100. But when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore. I'm not even interested in the IBM 5100. I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime after all. You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not. Wow, that's harsh. Well, I admit I am acting kind of suspicious. I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint. And then you'll writhe in agony, and then when you can't figure it out. Truth is, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function. That reminds me, I'm pretty sure that John Titor from 2000 said something like that. What if she is John Titor? I searched through my memories. If I remember correctly, the IBM 5100 can do something or other with a proprietary programming language. No way, how did you know? Tell me. I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin. It's another one of my powers. Leading question. I could read your heart of hearts. What? No fair. For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my power. I see everything, Amane Suzuha. Resistance is futile. Anyway, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. It can decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Now I remember, John Titor said the same thing in 2000, and right after that the IBM engineer officially admitted to that function's existence. Now it's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBM 5100. The reason Titor traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeke wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem the type to know about that sort of function. That's why IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So, IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. What are the odds we just have one? I feel like that's what our microwave is, but he doesn't know it. Because our only picture was really blurry, and he said it looks familiar. So it just feels like it's supposed to be like his thing. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Yeah, there was a whole global pandemic and shit. It was crazy. Most people live on farms, grow their own food. This sounds right. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but for the vast majority of people that do not benefit from their progress, technology belongs to only those chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era. There's no war? How is that possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? It's so specific. I mean, I guess 2010. What if you got against world peace? Sounds to me like CERN's doing humanity a favor. This Titor guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's a bad guy here. He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. Damn, the world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century style of level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now, the system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason why I'm here. Yes, I am a terrorist. Damn. There are others like me who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance, but there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear about the many worlds interpretation. You said it was proven by 2036? How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many of you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I should kill your father. Protect the future. Stop beating around the bush. Give us the answers. You're the one of the old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit, and now you can't tell fact from fiction. Am I right? Delicious nationalist tears. La 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 la. CERN probably figured it out. They got a time machine to experiment with, right? That's us, Huey and Kilma. That would make you no better than Titter. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Titter, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBN 5100? Was John Titter plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Titter was crazy, but this Young guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys. We don't ask anything that bizarre. Literally every time we're just like, so, like, why did you come here? Like, did you find this thing that you wanted? It's just like, God, you're fucking crazier than this guy talking about time travel. World War III. Lamau. Is there supposed to be an IBN 5100 in Akipa? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III, is that something I said on a different world line? Oh, yeah. I would like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only. Please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. johntitter@eggweb.ne.jp. 20 hours have passed since Dar started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glare at Dar while browsing the @channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more, now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat-tat of his keyboard. Dar hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body's extruding an aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up in a ball and return to my phone. My discussions with John Titter aren't making sense. Not even Titter himself seems to know about the Titter from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on that channel is conspiring against me. He literally said email him, and he believes you. Just email him, and you will get all of your answers straight from the source, and you'll have an easy one-on-one conversation with this man. But how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Titter directly. Yes, sir. Just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on that channel. I guess that's his way of saying, bring it on. John Titter. In my email, I question the differences between his post now and his post 10 years ago. The current Titter hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. By 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. Is contaminated from nuclear warfare. You traveled from 2036 to 1975 to obtain the IBN 5100. John Titter travels to 1975 to obtain the IBN 5100. The whatever 5100, I'm just going to start saying 5100, was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBN 5100 has a hidden function, has the ability to read the proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. Only a few of IBN's engineers knew about it, aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, you went to America to see yourself? Oh, to see your young self and your parents. Meets his younger self and his parents. You were a soldier before volunteering to become a time traveler. Okay. Interesting. John Titter is an American. This is how you described yourself 10 years ago. Why have you changed your story? Furthermore, in 2000, Titter correctly predicted the outcomes of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, Civil War in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of the first female president in 2009, and so forth. 2009 isn't even an election year, right? I guess something must have happened. Anyway, there's more, but leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Also, most of your predictions from back then didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why... Sorry for the sudden mail. Oh, we can read it. You're a soldier, blah, blah, blah. Also, your predictions from back then didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why did your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Alright, let's send it now. If you can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current Titter is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Titter. So, what are your true colors? Good morning. Mary comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self. What are you doing here so early? Well, I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies. Excellent. Good job. Who told you that we stayed up 2 nights in a row? Though, to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mary starts fishing through her convenience store bag. And she takes out... ta-da! Canned Odin. The canned Odin is still warm. She gives it to me. I open the lid right away to eat some of the beef. Mary and I have been together for a long time. She knows what I like. And when it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at. It's a present from Mayushi. They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay? I said 207, I was right. I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. But buy these instead from now on. But Mayushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time. It's only $2. And Mayushi loves bananas and chicken. I mean, I guess those are pretty cheap. So she'll keep buying them. I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods. It's bananas and chicken. 2 of the most healthy foods. But that threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats. But wait, there's more. Ta-da! Ooh. Next, she produces a small box of ryenettes with a ryenet illustration. Ryenet sausage. Comes with Upa bottle cap as a bonus. I really wanted it, so I bought it. She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me in a few months' time, this lab will be neck-deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now, like that cushion on the sofa, but that number is about to grow exponentially. I have a back scratcher? We used to have one just like this in my house. We bought it. We didn't buy them. We got them from like a convention or something. I don't remember. I was a kid. So how's Darukin? He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said he had to do it all at once. Darukun's super hacker spirit is on fire. Don't say hacka. An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk. Skyclad 2010. Huh. This is Amane Suzuha. Oh, okay. First email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Yay! Don't worry. I won't email you too much. Oh, we are the friend. I thought she was talking to somebody else. I won't email too much, and I might be slow to reply, too. I'm kind of new at this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. Oh yeah, she's definitely from the past. 2010. So that's this year that we're in? That was an exchange. You took my address by force. I had no choice but to submit. Friend here? Where were you living before? Slow to reply. Haven't used cell phones much. I want to know where she was from before. Because I think she's from the past. Here, he sure is tense. Mayor and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the Odin. But isn't hacking bad? Maybe she doesn't want you to do bad things. I would be a fool to let Daru's super hacker. What? I mean, hacker skills. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Coda waste. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through. Besides, we're doing things to expose CERN's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world. Bad things are bad. Thank you. That's unusual. Mayuri usually accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit we are doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject. Mary, want to trade my sweet potatoes for your beef? Huh? If you want to trade, I'd rather have your quail egg. Don't be ridiculous. Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite. But Miyushi likes quail eggs too. Settle for my chikwa. Okay. Chikwa's better than sweet potatoes. With that said, I skewer the chikwa and put it in Mayuri's can. And I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food. It's so easy to manipulate her. Soon. If I can just get the SQL table, I'll have more than enough passwords. Yeah, you're no match for me. Well, Daru has started talking to himself. Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is a super hacker. I think this is the first time I've seen him so serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring at the holes in the screen. Staring holes into the screen. But all I could see at the screen is the same string of numbers and letters. Oh. Come on. Yes. You can't hide from me, you naughty thing, you. How does it feel to be naked? His eyes are bloodshot. He started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens a new window, types a 12-character string, and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters in a new one. Keeps repeating that sequence until finally... User Jack. Oh yes. Matching ID and password. Login complete. Hell yeah. Taste it. Yes. What enthusiasm. Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. And he's gone to La Petite Mort. Mission complete. Really? Wow, that's amazing. I didn't really get it though. After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. I thought it was 40. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Odin can. An Odin can's the best after a job well done. Well done. You really are the world's greatest super hacker. He's gonna throw it back. Hacker. I'm glad you're on my side. So, did you find out how they're planning to destroy the world? I haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get connected. But it's all downhill from here. I'm sorry if you're tired, but please start checking. The keys to this conspiracy have got to be in there. Yeah, I'll do it, but let me eat this Odin can first. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before. The question is who this password belongs to. His name is Jack. It's set on the user. Aren't you a computer guy? Why is that? I went into CERN's database and got a data table. From there, I just focused on people with simple passwords like 11111 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID. It'd be awesome if this turns out to be a server admin's logon, but I don't think we're that lucky. In Japanese, please? Same. Basically, if this thing is the server admin's password, we could taste every inch of CERN's luscious flesh. But if it's just an ordinary researcher's password, then we can only see CERN's boobs. Daru-kun, that's naughty. Quit the erotic examples. Basically, you mean that there's limits to what information we can access. Exactly. Anyway, it's only a matter of time before I get a server admin's password. Let's save that for later. I'm really sleepy now. It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option, so let's let him rest, so he can regain his energy. Oh, looks like our looks like our ID belongs to an accelerator division chief. So it's not a server admin? It would take a miracle to get one on our first try. How many staff members do you think CERN has? How many? Over 6,000. That many? In a year? That's crazy. Well, for now, let's look at the accelerator division. Oh. Well, for now, let's look at the accelerator division chief. His name is Jack. Let's look at this email log. And of course, the emails come up in English. Oh no. That makes me Yushi's head hurt. Huh, pathetic to flinch at a mere sight of English. It's a really funny line. Daru, what does that say? Need to translate it. This is a job for Dr. Excite. Was he typing his passwords in English? I guess he must have been. Nah, I got a better idea. Daru boots up a translation software that auto-translates the open page. Poor, unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year. Looks like a New Year's greeting. Something about going on vacation in Spain. Lucky bastard. The email's normal, nothing out of the ordinary. If we keep scoring the log like this, we could also identify the server manager. You know, looking through someone else's email without permission makes me feel really guilty. Mary gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant Oopa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable. However, I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago. We're doing a good thing, aren't we? Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes. What a guy. I'd let Ocarine do me in the butt. Insane. Hey, yo. I decline your offer. Now, get peeking, Daru. Look at you. You're bad. You make Mayushi sad. That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Damn. This is going crazy. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily. LHC experiment reports. These could be a hint about the time machines there. We should try reading them. It's definitely a crime, though. That's what his lips say, but his hands still click on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols. This is encrypted. Of course, it isn't that simple. Well, cracking this should be a piece of cake. Nice, Subaka. He's a genius, no doubt. Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. The real time sink is deciphering the crappy machine translation. High pole. Translated into proper Japanese, it's high pole. That acting's completely unnecessary. Oh. Uploaded today's data. Wait, hold on. Let me just read this. The experimental data dated today was improved to the server. The condition of LHC is excellent, though it is LHC to the end. This fellow is obedient. This fellow is obedient, surprisingly like the cat. Though his fellow is Capra something? Capricious? About this month. I think that it may be this condition for a long time. However, do you not think that the work not rewarding? Uploaded today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though. This baby's fickle as a cat, but it was surprisingly obedient this month. It'd be great if it stayed like this forever. But don't you think that this work is unrewarding? This kitten, this 27-kilometer long kitten, has been in operation for 9 years. Our research will change the course of history, yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it. Of course, it would, if it were ever officially released, it would mean one hell of a scandal. People would probably say something like, call Robert Zemeckis to CERN right away. You could build in less than a year. 9 years? Oh, 9 years? Dara finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumbs. Calm down. Let's sort things out. Do you think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Dara notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does. If you trust the translation software, then that's what it says. Japanese is strange in places, though. But that doesn't make sense. I thought the LHC was only put in operation around spring last year. This email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years. That is strange. They did say that they were only in operation for a year, CERN. So maybe there's like they were only like public for a year, maybe. But also, John Titor came out 10 years ago. So the fact something happened with CERN 9 years ago is concerning. Email send date is this year, 2010, so 9 years ago makes it 2001. John Titor posted on that channel yesterday. This on that channel. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They already have succeeded at creating micro black holes. I gulp. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Zemeckis is a super famous Hollywood movie director. He directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. I groan. No way. Was I right? Was that Back to the Future? It must have been. CERN's hiding a major secret from the world. They also talked about the DeLorean and the fact that John Titor's time machine is also in a car. It's related to time travel? Keep looking, Dar. Search for anything related to time machine research. Seriously? I don't know if Dar was questioning my order to the possibility that CERN might be researching time travel. He's tired, bro. He's been up for 40 hours. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again. There aren't many emails with the phrase time machine in them. But the phrase Z program was used hundreds of times in the past few months. Do you think it could be about the current LHC experiments? What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments? Let's try looking for a document. Found one. Dara opens a PDF attachment. Oh, looks like this is top secret stuff from France, England, and Holland. Government secrets? CERN's not even a government organization, so why? Wait, should we be looking at this stuff? We might be in a little deep here. I don't care. Give me details. Hold on. If we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology. Are you so incompetent as to let yourself be traced? I took the necessary precautions. Then I failed to see the problem. Well, thanks. Dara makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the Z program and feeds it into the translation software. Error, human is dead. Mismatch. Black hole generation mission has already been established. The report is emitted. Outcome of an experiment, human is dead. Mismatch. Jellyman. Okay. May 14th, 137th Z program experiment report. Because we have already succeeded in creating mini black holes, the report is emitted first. Stop. All of a sudden, Titor's prediction became a reality. So CERN did use the LHC to generate mini black holes. But they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded. So why? This is what Titor was referring to when he posted "Don't believe what they say." But the goal of the experiment wasn't to even generate mini black holes. It was to create new elementary particle reactions. Dara doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor. But in reality, they are already generating those mini black holes. Sure, it does seem like it. What does it say next? Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number 14. We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online. What does that mean? Human is dead. Means somebody died, right? What? Somebody died? Seriously? I groan. This isn't a joke anymore. Something very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. What if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not. After all, I am the insane mad scientist Hyoyen Kyoma. We can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart. What is this Jellyman's report? Dario starts typing once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue. I can't find it in Jack's email. We'll need an account with more privileges. Then we'll save that for next time. Search for something related to time machines. You know we're not going to find anything, right? After that, Dario spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division's chief email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines. Word like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we should look for an ID from there. Maybe then we can get some information. You can't look it up with the ID you have? Dario shakes his head. Well, I guess let's call it for today. By the way, what we just saw was CERN's biggest server. I also found strange database on the network. Strange how? It was buggy. Buggy? I mean, it was full of some kind of code. But the code was gibberish. Utterly impossible to decode, thank you very much. The IBM 5100 could decode it. Could it be encrypted? Not by any algorithm I've ever seen. It wouldn't even work as a program. It just bothers me. Why would they have a database that nobody could ever use? It is strange. I'll see what I can find out. Dario tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after about an hour, the pistons for his fingers have been speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of frustration. Ugh, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell. Oh, great, he snapped. I think you should stop. Mary puts down her sewing tools and turns to Dario with a worried look on her face. My head is spinning. I can't take it anymore. This is bad. Dario's breaking down. Maybe I'm pushing him too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit. Good work. Go rest, Dario. Yeah, I'll do that. Man, my head hurts looking at the screen. Anyway, even if it isn't a bug... anyway, even if it isn't a bug, but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it. I've never seen anything like it. Program unlike anything he's seen. It's almost like the IBM 5100 could solve this problem. Is it from Shining Finger? John Titter. Ooh. If everything you wrote is true, then we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBM 5100's hidden functionality, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I am indeed surprised that you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. These are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Titter who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things that, I write about the things that you have told me. But that would cause a chicken and egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional, or making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set the possibilities aside. What do you mean delusional? You're literally talking to a guy who just exposed things. that you haven't talked about. Third, you may have seen something I wrote on a different world line. That would mean that 10 years ago you existed on a different world line than the one we're on now, which is true. I'm assuming that the world line we were on where John Titter existed all stopped that day, where we were in the middle of the street and then it all disappeared. I think that was us changing world lines. I mean, obviously that's what that is, but how it happened or why we can remember is weird. Anyway. However, that raises another issue. Whether the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from the past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line unless you too are a time traveler. That is, do you have any idea what the cause could be? And he's not going to reply. Wow. Mans isn't going to reply. I gulp. Flash runs through my head like an electric shock. That's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first several lines. Of course, everything is falling into place. What you talking about? Mary looks at me curiously, but I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces into my mind. John Titter, CERN, the time machine. These things are all connected. Yeah, man. What? He literally said all of those things in his first email back. Of course they're all connected. And now I have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance. Oh, does he now know he's on a different world line? I don't think he's that smart. Daru, I think I know how we can read that program. Okay, yeah. The IBN 5100. Seriously? How? I aim my phone's camera at the screen, displaying the supposedly bugged data to take a picture. Oh, send it to John Titter. I attach it. Does this code look familiar? And send it to John Titter. A mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything Super Hackadaru has ever seen. Its true form is... Oh! So is this where, like, the game comes from? I don't know how to say this. But, like, if I didn't open my phone right there, does that change the timeline? Because he only had the idea right now because I opened the phone. Right? So if I had kept talking without opening the phone, I would have gone on a different path, right? That's super smart. That's like so creative, because it's not like a choice that's like, oh, I'll do this or I'll say this. It's literally like, you have to do certain actions at a certain time to get different endings. That's so cool. Okay. A mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything Super Hackadaru has ever seen. Its true form is... If my hunch is correct, John Titter should know. What? There's no way. Say what you like. We'll know soon enough. We wait for Titter's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. Interesting stuff. It's here. John Titter. That's written in a proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBM 5100. I quickly open the mail, and its contents are enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected. Huh? I was right, Daru. I know where the data comes from. An IBM 5100. The retro PC that has a certain special function. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to the market in 1975, nobody knew of it, save for a few IBM engineers. That function was first brought to light by John Titter, who appeared in 2000. A while after Titter posted about it, an actual IBM engineer admitted to the hidden functions of existence, which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha only about this yesterday. Yeah. It can also decipher IBM's proprietary language, which was written APL and BASIC widespread. Isn't that surprising? Why are we having flashbacks already? We just did this like 30 minutes ago. What an incredible coincidence. A prime example of synchronicity at work. It's almost... What was that? I heard like the phone sound. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings. No. No, I say. This discovery of ours was inevitable from the start. For this is the choice of Steins Gate. Wait, so CERN has an IBM 5100 database? Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software. Why would they do something like that? Answer me this. What is the best way to secure a machine against external cracking? Well, make it standalone, of course. Dar quickly catches on to the intent of my question. If only IBM 5100s can read it, then I guess that's kind of a standalone. Which means that CERN's keeping the most hidden secrets there. How do you know about the hidden function anyway? It is recorded in my brain's extensive index, Liberium Prohibitorium. Ted said it himself 10 years ago, but Dar wouldn't believe me even if I told him the truth. Very original. I ignored Dar's retort. Mary, we have important matters to discuss. Assemble. I can hear you fine from here. Mary's sewing. She doesn't get off the sofa. It doesn't matter whether you can hear or not. This meeting concerns the fate of the entire Future Gadget Laboratory. Nay, the fate of mankind. So I want to feel more secretive, like we're scheming or something. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. No, it's not. You see how dark this is? This is not light at all, man. It's all Mayuri's fault. Damn. Mayushi won't participate in your evil schemes. Well, I can have everything my way. Can't. It's so cool. I like this. It's such a natural blend. That's so fucking clean. Anyway. Listen, you two. Henceforth, the Future Gadget Laboratory shall begin emergency top-secret operations. This shall be the first stage in our war against the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged in the most evil research imaginable. Okudin, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. Crap, I guess I'm being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. Suzuha's down below, I'm sure she could hear everything. So I turn it down a notch. Understand? The world has no need for two mad scientists. Before they can get ahead of us, we must outwit them. Who are they? You know, them. Mayushi doesn't get it at all. Basically, we must obtain the Phantom Retro PC, the IBM 5100, said to be located somewhere in Akiba. I make a magnificent declaration, but Dara just rubs his eyes, and Mayuri returns to her needlework. Damn it, is there anything you guys react to? There's literally two girls in this world that will react way harder. There's the girl downstairs and Shining Finger. And if you had this conversation with them, they'd be freaking out right now. We've uncovered a massive conspiracy here. How come you aren't excited? I'll pass on the search. I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server. And the maid cafe girl, but she's fucking insane. That's true. Well, you're the only one who can do that, Daru, so I'll leave it to you. So, the IBM 5100's investigation squad shall consist of Mayuri and me. I can't. Mayuri makes an apologetic face. Oh, and the shrine guy. I was gonna say girl. Shrine guy. Shrine guy would be super into it as well. I have to make costumes, and I have work too. Literally everybody but your two main people here would be so into this right now. So basically, you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time. It's fine. I'll manage alone somehow. It's useless to try and stop me. Understood? Are you gonna do something bad again? Nah, he's all talk. I have my useless comrades behind, and I leave my useless comrades behind and stride gallantly out of the lab. I step out onto the street. Immediately, a bicycle skids to a stop in front of me. Hiya, Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha gets out of her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her, are you an American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle that was in front of the Brawn Tube workshop yesterday. Guess it belongs to her. I wonder how much that set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive. Pretty nice technique there. Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I've never ridden one before coming here. You'd never ridden a bicycle? Nope. I had ridden motorcycles before, though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. And what's with that flashy braking back there? I think it'd be pretty dangerous if she did all that through the town. Beginners and... Oh, it's like when you, like, do that thing on bikes where you're, yeah. All through the town, beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. If you're gonna go full speed, at least wear a helmet. What's up, Ferris? The truth of the world. I didn't say anything about Akiba. Yeah. If you want to learn the truth of the world, then come meet me at once. Yeah. It's time for the prelude to ruin, the grand banquet to begin. Okay. Fucking weirdo. Going to work now. Oh, yeah. Yep. The Braun Tube Workshop shutter is open, but the shop itself never opens around until 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change when Mr. Braun's mood. That's perfect. There's something we need to talk about. Huh? But I need to get to the shop ready for business. Just what does this crumbly old Braun Tube Workshop need to get ready? Nothing, really. Geez, I just mindlessly sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything is where it needs to be, he says. He's paying her not to clean? Something's wrong with that guy. So, hear me out then. But I'm so tired. In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glare at her. You would be. Any unwise to anger me. Does it have to be right now? My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod. That is a very shiny bicycle. Then go ahead. Suzuha shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle, and then she turns to me. But keep it short, okay? Where is the IBN 5100? No intel yet. What? I don't know. Oh. But by the way you talked yesterday, it sure sounded like you knew. No, I know someone who knows. Then take me to them. I won't take no for an answer. Refuse and I'll show you a living hell. I can't. Come on, I even said I'll show you a living hell. I can't introduce you even if I wanted to. What do you mean? Don't tell me they're an imaginary. They've been dead for years. I'm sorry. Nah, it's okay. Anyway, there's nothing I can tell you. Honestly, I'm hoping you can tell me something. Suzuha pats me on the shoulders. Funny you'd think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer up. Just then, Mr. Braun opens the door and makes his appearance. Hey, part-timer. It's only your third day and you're late. Sorry, boss. The streets were a little crowded this morning. If you're not going to take this seriously, I can always give you the boot. Here? As for you, Okabe, don't you lay a finger on my part-timer. Aren't you the lecherous one here, Mr. Braun? Why, you. Just try saying something like that in front of Nay. I'll murder you. Gotta keep my honor as a father. Besides, I ain't got no use for a skinny kid like her. What was that? Take that back, boss. Suzuha's actually mad now. What? You mad? I'm not a kid, I'm a warrior. Yeah. What are you talking about? Suzuha's burning passion has the manager shocked. I, on the other hand, am impressed. On impulse, I take Suzuha's hand and grasp it firmly. I like the look in your eyes. You, part-time warrior, they shine with the radiance of a beast unseen in modern men. Never forget those eyes of yours. You shall surely change class from part-time warrior to true warrior. But I'm already a warrior. Stay diligent in your training, and you shall have a place at my side on the field of Ragnarok. Ragnarok? Suzuha looks confused. What's that? The final battle against CERN. You've got something like that planned? Count me in if you do, but I've never heard of it. Of course you haven't. This is the first time I've revealed it, for I shall be the one to initiate Ragnarok. The world shall be reborn. Wow, you sure are brave, Okabe Rintaro. You'll probably fail, but I like your spirit. I wish my comrades were as spirited as you are. Apparently, Suzuha has comrades. Remember when we first met? She literally said, like, let me know if anybody like gives you problems, I'll kill them or something like that. Like she's a warrior, man. I'd like her to introduce me.
That way I can form my personal army, the Phoenix Crusaders. Wait a sec. Why does she assume that I'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Hyui and Kyoma into this girl. You don't need to, but why does my store attract nothing but weirdos? Damn. Whatever, part-timer, just come inside. Coming. Later. Okay, baby Rintaro. Suzuha waves and winks at me as she heads inside the store. Wait up, Okarin. Then Mayuri comes down the stairs, passing Suzuha. So you're gonna help me search after all. That's the lab mem spirit. Oh, no, that's not it. I was thinking about buying lunch. She really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet. This art is so good. I know I talked about it before, but like, it's just so clean, but it also has that like film style on it. It's just a beautiful art style. And the way they do the characters with like this patchy, like, I don't even know what to call it, type coloring. Like, it's very cloudy. It's so aesthetically pleasing. The shadows have circles. The lights have like these like sponge splotches. It's just so clean. So where do you plan to go? What to eat? Mary places her finger on her bottom lip in thought as she walks. Sandbro's beef bowl sounds good. Oh, beef bowl sounds so good. This tiny high school girl truly has the guts to enter Sanbo alone. That place isn't like the chain restaurants with their colorful menus and brightly lit interiors. First-timers are often cowed by the old-school atmosphere. Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male, but Mary doesn't care. She just sits there, shoulder to shoulder with students and salarymen, smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, the Sandbists, regular Sanbo customers, are posting comments online like the goddess has arrived and the goddess for the win. But Sanbo isn't open this I try to warn her, but Mary is no longer there. She's gone. Mary disappears like this every so often. And each time she does, I wonder for the one terrible second if she really has vanished from the world. Damn, that was real. I look around and see Mary standing at a distance. She's gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She stopped in the middle of the street so other pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky as if entranced. And then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mary's habits. I call it Stardust Handshake. Mary says that she's liked looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic, or perhaps childish. I feel like I can reach the stars. Even when I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave that answer. At first, she only reached out to the night sky, but lately she's been doing it without regard to the time of day. Like now, when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her just seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy. It's too early for the stars, Mary. I walk up to Mary and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank smile on her face. Did you know? Even during the day, the stars are still up there. Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street. Hehe, that's true. Oh, just now, I was looking up at the stars. I decided to have ramen for lunch today. How are ramen and stars related? Mary's mind works in mysterious ways. He's so normal right now. He's not, like, crazy. He's just talking like a guy. Like a normal person. That was an optional scene, right? That was like saying my relationship points are with Mary right now. Right? Because you don't just do that and then be like, I know I searched for the IBM 5100, but I have no idea where to start. Like, this is where it could have cut if we weren't at like a certain relationship point with Mary. Maybe, or am I insane? Maybe I'm just too metagame. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please watch the next one when there's a next one. Go watch all of Kato Shoujo. It's a good series. Go watch Dandelion, because that's going to be going on. I might do a little bit of Steins Gate here and there, because I love this game, genuinely. I'm sad I let it go for a year. I genuinely love this. So. Goodbye, everybody.